Hello guys, it's your boy Namari here, back with another video. Wait, it's that one, that's the picture one. Alright, so I'm here to bring y'all what if Naruto was a ninjutsu creator. Now, to give a little background into this, you see at first Naruto's gonna start out as he's gonna be a prodigy basically. But it's gonna I'm gonna try to make it like I kinda scripted this up. It might not be the best because like I just threw it together because I'm trying to try this out and see how it would sound with me doing it. If you like it, I would like to know. But that's just me rambling. But alright, to chapter 1, Chibi attack. Kushina just put some more. I can see the head said the third Hokage's wife. Says her is Saratobi's wife. Minato was holding Kushina's hand while she was crushing his, while his other hand was trying to maintain Kushina's seal. Naruto was finally born, but there was an unexpected guest. There was a madman came into the cave that was supposed to be protected by the Umbu that was killed. He threatened Naruto's life, and Minato went to save Naruto and risk Kushina being taken away. Time skip 40 minutes later. Minato. Kushina, we need to seal the cube into our son. It's the only way, and I believe he can handle it. Kushina, I do as well, Minato. After all, here's our son, and they set it off to seal the cube, but with a little gift since they seal everything they own to Naruto, and hit it with a genjutsu seal. Minato and Kushina just gave their last words to Naruto and had sadly passed away. Time skip 6 years later. Hold on. Gotta fix that. There we go. Hello, my name is Naruto Uzumaki. I'm an orphan, but I seem not to get the same pity as every orphan does. More like I'm hated. But running from the fourth mob this week, I haven't gotten away yet. I turned down this alley where I jumped on the wall to get over the dead end wall, where luckily the village didn't see. I found myself at Training Ground 44, or as the sign says, Force of Death. Well, I hope no one finds me here. As I enter, I started to take out a scroll that have survival kit in a book on how to garden, garden and build a simple house. I had to steal from the library since they wouldn't let me in, so I found a way to sneak in and out by what seems to be a cutout on the wall. I started with hunting and finding a rabbit and found how to start a fire. I'm now waiting for the rabbit to have something to eat, since there was a page on how to skin and gut animals. I then make a small hole in a hollow tree to have a place to stay. Next day, I woke up wanting to learn how to unlock my chakra. Hold on. How to unlock my chakra. So I took out a scroll that said I had to sit down in a meditative state and feel a warm feeling inside me and pull it. And I did this for an hour. It was granted my chakra, which made me go wide-eyed at the dark purple color. I also felt like I was getting chakra from nature all around me. Then when I stopped chanting chakra, I went in my tree to go to sleep after feeling very tired. Little did I know, I just attracted the Umbu and the Hokage to my position, which they didn't spot me, but went ahead and got some Inuzuka to track for any scent, which they picked up on me in 2 hours. There was enough time for me to wake up and see everyone staring at me when I was going to hunt for food. I was scared, thinking that this mob of ninja was going to hurt me when I was called by this old man, Hiruzen. Hello, Naruto. How did you get out here? I looked at the old man before speaking. Well, I am out here. I was out here since yesterday due to the fourth mob trying to catch me, but I was able to run away. Hiruzen. Aren't you supposed to be in an orphanage? Naruto. Well, I would be, but they kicked me out 4 months ago, and I was hunting in the forest for food. The old man looked pissed when I told him that what happened to me, and asked me if I wanted to live in an apartment. I looked at him sideways before saying no. Hokage, if you're not going to live in an apartment, Where are you going to stay? Naruto, well, I plan on staying in the forest somewhere after I get some materials to build my own house. Of course, I said with a small smile. Hokage, oh, and you know how to build a house, he asked me. I nodded my head as I took out a scroll and made a book on how to build a house pop up in my hands. Well, I've been reading this book and how to hunt and cook animals properly. The old man looked shocked, and I was laughing at his experience and same for the other people that were there. Hokage, or Horizon. Well, Naruto, it seems you're. Hold on. Well, Naruto, it seems that you are very smart. Well, would you like help building the house? Naruto nods and says in a very respectable way, oh, and what's your name, sir? And thank you for the help, even though you don't have to do this. Oh, where's my manners? My name is Hiruzen Sarutobi, and I am the third Hokage of this village. And don't worry about it, Naruto. I'm sure some of these ninjas wouldn't mind. Now, all the Amus are loyal to Minato and knows that this is his kid. So they don't have a problem with him. Just pity him for how he is treated. Some of them nodded their heads and started to head to the village and grab the supplies for the young lad. Naruto saw that there for a second, and the next thing he knew, there wasn't. That is until someone came back with bricks and other stuff to build the house. Then when a silver-haired teen walked up and summoned his pack of dogs and asked them nicely to play with Naruto, which he enjoyed, and they enjoyed Naruto as well. The leader of the pack then saw Naruto's house was done and walked there, and he was stunned to see how the house looked. That shouldn't be that long. Oh my god. That shouldn't be that long. 6 minutes, yeah. Alright, chapter 2. Naruto was with the pack of dogs. Naruto then starts to look around and wondering exactly how long has it been, and he looks in the sky and he can't really tell, and he still sees Hiruzen Sarutobi still there. Hello, Hiruzen-san, or Sarutobi-san. How long has it been, Hiruzen? Well, Naruto-kun, it has been 4 hours, so about 12. Naruto looked around and he says, well, Sarutobi-san, would you like to accompany me into the house? Naruto's using big words that he read from the dictionary that he also brought out from the library. And he is looking around the house with Hiruzen walking next to him. Now, the Umbus were working hard and fast and made him a whole water source underneath his house that leads from the river next to the tower, which is always has a lot of water in it, into his house, which is the pipelines. And Naruto has some heat seals on the head of his faucet, and he also has some genjutsu and funjutsu seals that suggested people not to come to this area unless they want to die. And the seals will basically not let anyone but Naruto in a 30-meter no one but Naruto to see the house, or to like go past, I'd say like a 50-meter radius to the house. I'm sorry guys, I kind of got to go to unscripted because I didn't think this would be 6 minutes, because when I typed this, it's almost about 1,000 words. So yeah, I didn't know, my bad. This part, chapter 2, is going to be a little unscripted, but it's going to be basically what I want in there. Naruto then walks back to the front room, and he then says, Sarutobi-san. Sarutobi look at Naruto. Yes, Naruto then. Naruto, well, I was hoping that maybe you can get me some scrolls from the library, since they don't really let me get them and I had to steal. Hiruzen looks at Naruto, stunned at the fact that he had to steal those scrolls in order to have the scrolls, and he's a little furious about this. That's when he says, what type of scrolls do you need? This when Naruto says, "Well, I would like scrolls on how to cook and I need scrolls on how to cook and like cook on the stove and how to in history of this village. But not only that, I would like to have scrolls and histories on other villages as well, if you have those. Now deep inside Naruto, there's this the QB has been watching Naruto. He pities Naruto, and he decides that he's gonna be very nice to Naruto. Now, in Naruto, he has the full QB. And so the QB has both sides, and he decides that he's not going to mess with Naruto's chakra control. And he's going to teach Naruto everything he knows. Now, when the QB comes, when Naruto later on that night, after Fruzen dropped off the scrolls, he then gets brought into the mindscape. Now, the mindscape right now is basically a forest with a big sakura tree in the middle. Now, Naruto would walk through the forest to the tree where he would see this big nine-tailed fox chained up to the tree. Naruto would see the fox with the 9 tails, the QB, and he would start to panic and cower, and that's when the QB spoke. "Hello there, Naruto Uzumaki. My name is Kurama, or known as the QB no Kitsune. I would like to be your friend and train you." After hearing this, Naruto, he is stunned. He's shocked because he was not expecting the QB to say this. "Hello, QB-san, or Kurama-san. I would gladly like to be your friend. And what type of training do you want to do?" The QB would smile, a small smile, and says, "Well, first, let's start off with your physical. And then we'll work on your chakra control once you get to the age of 8. But for now, we're going to start off with light physical exercise. First, we're going to do 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups, 10 squats, 10 jumping jacks, and we're going to do a 40-yard dash until your stamina goes up and your strength goes up by a little bit. And each week, we're going to times this by 2. So Naruto would start working hard. And the QB would basically mark Naruto for his dashes, which he's pretty fast for his age. Naruto will leave out his mindscape because it was traded in his mindscape. I hope I said that. So Naruto will go back to the he'll go back to the real world where he started to read the scrolls on how to cook. Naruto, he will get every now and then by the Anbu that summoned the peg named Kakashi, who is the only Anbu allowed in Naruto's house due to the blood cells. And also Kakashi pack tends to always wander to Naruto. Naruto doesn't know why, but they always come, like at least 1 or 2 of them will come and sit and play with Naruto. Now Kakashi will always drop off, or Inu, that's what or Dog for now. Dog will always drop off Naruto's some new food, new drinks, like new milk for Naruto in the morning, and he was basically also drop off some books for Naruto. Now, Kurama is inside Naruto. He's just looking around in the cell, and he senses chakra all throughout Naruto's body, where he found some more cells. Kurama then says, Naruto's here, Kurama in his head, and he speaks telepathically. "Yes, Kurama." Naruto, "I feel a seal on your right arm above your elbow. Channel chakra into it." When he does, Naruto's and all of his inheritance and father and mother belonging will fall on the ground. Will fall, like this big scroll will come out of Naruto's elbow. He'll see this, in Naruto would then see that like it had juices, theories, and You see, they had jutsu theories and kunai. Well, it had let me re-say that. My bad. It would have books on chakra controls, theories, the Uzumaki history, the Namikaze history, then his mother and father's last letter to him, the theories and how to throw a kunai and shuriken. It'll also have his mother's sword. But the most important thing was the big bookshelf of jutsus. Naruto was to resell the big shelves of jutsus into the big scroll, knowing that right now he shouldn't be looking at it. This is where Naruto would then take the scrolls of his parents and he would read them. I really don't know how to write those. I'm not gonna bother trying to write one, so I'm just gonna say Naruto was crying heavily after reading both of his parents' scrolls. He was a little furious at the village for finding out that he was a fourth Hokage, son. And Kushina Uzumaki, the Uzumaki princess, or the red blooded habanero, or the red death, is what she's also called. Alright. So Naruto would then decides that today's the day that I'm going to start practicing and training even harder. Karma, I want to go 3 times as much as I'm doing now. I want to be stronger. I want to be stronger than my mother and father. I want to reach triple S rank, and I want to make my own jutsus. I think that's what I'm going to specialize in the jutsu. Chroma then says that it's good, kid, because you have a lot of chakra. But before we can do any of that, let's finish working on your physical body. If your physical body comes to strength, then imagine imagine how you can also fight not just in ninjutsu whenever you run out of chakra, but you also have taijutsu, which you can rely on in to start everything off in. After hearing this, Naruto nodded his head. Now, Naruto, he will start to train harder. And every day he will up his reps. Even though Kurama didn't want him to, Naruto will up him. He will start to read more about ninjutsu. And that's when Naruto decides that he's going to go out in the forest and hunt for a day to keep up his survival skills. Now, Naruto, he will run into this. He will kill this rabbit and some pigs, and he will basically put them in a stasis scroll, which would preserve the food or the meat to make sure it doesn't rot. He also runs. This is when his foot would hit up against this metal bunker. In this metal bunker, he was open it, and he would be curious. Before he walks in, Chroma says, "Kid, stop." Naruto stopped. And this is where Chroma says, "Look, I'm going to teach you a jutsu. It's called the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Whatever the clone learns, you learn." And Naruto said, "Wait, you do this use the whole time?" Chroma says, "Yes, I didn't want you to use it until now. I want you to summon 25 clones before going up in there yourself. And if all of them poofs out of existence, you need to summon more. Because I don't have a good feeling about this place." Naruto looks stunned, and he learns the Shadow Clone Jutsu due to Kurama forcing the jutsu in his head into his memories. Naruto would make the Shadow Clone Jutsu. He would make about, instead of making 25 like he aimed for, he would make about 50. Kurama says, that would do for now. We're going to have to work on chakra control starting tomorrow. I guess I won't be waiting on your chakra control till your turn 8, huh? Naruto chuckles a little bit. Yeah, I guess not. Well, kid, I will go to sleep, but I'll also be awakened if you get injured, so let me know if you do. Naruto says, "Sure thing, Kurama. Having a nice sleep, or have a nice nap." In Naruto, his clones, like 25 of them would actually pop out of existence, and the other ones wouldn't. And where the clones popped out of existence, he would send and the other clones would go, like he would make another clone that dispelled, telling them to go to that where the other clones pop at and check those areas out too. And so that's what happened. The clones would come back and they will pop, letting Naruto know nothing else would, no more traps were there. And he gets actually a bunch of sin bones, kunais, and shurikens all litter all around the ground. Naruto also smells like bodies, and he remembers there being bodies everywhere due to his clone. So what he did is that he made his clones take out all the bodies and bury them somewhere very far away, which his clones did. Naruto would then have that place cleaned up, and he will find scrolls, diaries, weapons, everything you could imagine inside of this bunker. And he then reads one of the diaries that the bunker reads Orochimaru. Now, Naruto, he's knowing that is a traitor due to having a bingo book by Inu, or dog, who accidentally dropped it out of his pocket and read that Orochimaru is an S-rank ninja. Naruto would then summon a clone and tell the clone go into the village and go get the Hokage. Now, when the Hokage comes into the Forest of Death, Naruto is waiting for him at the gate. And when the Hokage, he looks at Naruto, he says, "Yes, Naruto, what is it that you need to show me?" That's when Naruto walks over to Hiruzen and handed him the stuff that Orochimaru worked in. He said, "This is from the village S-rank ninja Orochimaru of the legendary Sunnings. I found one of his bases that I plan on using, if you don't mind. And also, I took all his jutsu scrolls and his weapons, and some of his chakra metal that he has, and I plan on using them for myself." Hiruzen hearing this, he's wide eye. He goes, "Yeah, I don't mind, Naruto, but can you show me where this base is?" Naruto will grab Hiruzen's hand and start to drag him to the base, where Hiruzen would basically be like, this base is fairly clean. Naruto then says, "Well, I cleaned it with clones before I left. I buried all the bodies over there." And he, basically, he sends a clone, and Hiruzen makes a clone himself. After realizing that Naruto could make shadow clones, he sent his own shadow clones, which the clone would take him to where all the bodies were buried. Hiruzen then says, "Naruto, there will be the Chunin exams in a few months. Or in a month. Are you sure you want to stay here? Because the second round of the Chunin exams will run here." Naruto looks at Hiruzen like, I'm not really going to be bothered, because those seals are going to prevent people from coming there. And if they are dumb enough, well, I can kill them myself. I kind of have memories of my mother killing people, and I'm not really hunted by it. Hiruzen looks like that. "Wait, your mother?" And Naruto shake his head yes and up and down. And he also said, my father. Yeah, I know who he is too. And I already have all my inheritance before you even ask. Hiruzen says, "Wait, how?" Naruto says, "Well, they stole it on me when I was a kid." And also, Hiruzen, do you know how to make an underground, can you do me a favor and make an underground basement for me? And lace it with seals so that way it won't close in, and that I can have it expanded once I get older and learn how to do the jutsu." Hiruzen nodded, and he would then leave out and go get a few Anbus, mainly Kakashi and Yamato. And I'm gonna say this is when Yamato will finally be able to come into Hiruzen's Anbu forces. So Hiruzen, Kakashi, and Yamato will use their Earth style, and they will make basically a whole bunch of areas where Yamato would then use wood beams, and with these beams, Hiruzen would start to write down seals. These seals are basically to keep Naruto's basement from collapsing or anything to happen to it. So Naruto would then have a huge basement where he then takes his arm, channels chakra to where the big scroll will come out. Hiruzen, Kakashi, and Yamato are surprised. They're like, "Naruto, where you get that scroll from?" It's what Kakashi asks, and Naruto looks at him and goes, "Hello, dog. No, this is from my parents." Kakashi is wide-eyed. He says, "Oh, so do you know?" And then Naruto looks at him and be like, "No, I don't know who you are." And this is where Kakashi, he looks at Hiruzen, and Hiruzen nods. Kakashi takes off his mask and kneels down and says, "I'm Kakashi Hatake. I'm your father's student." or last student. Naruto would look at him for a second and give him a hug. And then, because in his father's scroll, he written about how his one of his flashback. Naruto was reading the scroll and realized that Kakashi was the student Minato had that father killed himself. But not only that, he has been alone ever since he was 6. So Naruto will hug Kakashi and be like, so you're my Nisan that father told me about. He didn't give me a name. He just said you're Nisan. And Naruto would take out the letter, and Kakashi will read it, and it will have a little part for Kakashi. Kakashi is sad. He starts to cry a little bit, and he'll hug Naruto back. And this is when a pack of wolves. Now, this wolf pack is not a normal pack. It's actually a summoning pack. Kakashi, Hiruzen, and Yamato will get in their defensive stance. That's when the wolf spoke. We're not here to fight. We're actually here for Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto looks at them sideways and goes, what do you need me for? Then the wolves will one of the wolves will step forward with a big scroll. We are the wolf summoning clan. We're the mainly summons of the Uzumaki clan, and you are the next summoner. And Naruto would sign his blood, and that's when he would say, and there would be another person signed just before him. He'd be like, who's Karen Uzumaki? And this is when they said, well, she's actually a girl that's in the grass village with her mother. They are right now being forced as slaves. We're looking somewhere safe for them, and if there wasn't other Uzumakis alive, for them to basically be able to come here. Naruto then says, well, you should bring them here or summon them here. Two of the wolves would disappear and would basically appear next to Karin and Karin's mother. They would basically tell the two pair to grab a hold of them, which they did, and they will reverse summon back to the land of the wolves and back to Naruto. And Karin's mother and Karin will look at Naruto. Naruto and Karin are about the same age. Karin's just 2 years older. She's 8 while Naruto is still 6. And Karin's mother will look at the wolves and back at the Hokage and the 3 of the Anbu. This is when the wolf leader that had the scroll on his back would speak. Hello, I don't know Karin's mother name, so I'm gonna say Toyu. Hello, Toyu and Karin. This is Naruto Uzumaki. He's your long distance cousin. He's a Uzumaki, but he's also mixed with a. And then Naruto then says, "Well, I can't really tell you the other part because it's an S-rank secret." And this is when Naruto says, "But feel free to live here with me. I would love to have family." And this is when Hiruzen then says, he would then see your arm. He'd be like, "What happened to your arm?" This is where Karin's mother will explain exactly what her ability is. Hiruzen was a little pissed, and then he said, "All right, would you come with me? I would like to get you." And then he asked them, like, "Is there a way for you to be able to heal that?" This is when Karin's mother shook her head saying no. And Hiruzen then says, "Would you like to stay here with Naruto? Cause I have no problems with Naruto, and Naruto is free to do whatever you want. But I will to warn you now, this forest is very dangerous, so if you do go out to the forest, please be very mindful." That's when she said, "Wait, where is this?" Then she said, "This is Training Ground 44, or the Forest of Death." Naruto chose to live here for some weird reason. Naruto then looks at the old man with a glare. This is when the lady laughs and says, "Yeah, me and Karin would love to live here." This is when Naruto said, "Nice, I have a spare room for you." And he brings them to the spare room by grabbing their hands, and they try to walk out. Naruto also remembering that the scroll was there, he says, "Wait, hold on 1 second," and he'll set up the bookcase. As he sells the bookcase from ninjutsu to taijutsu to genjutsu to kenjutsu. And there's even stuff on political matters, like political plays, strategies, and just like craftsmanship. And then there's Uzumaki history, Namikaze history. She's like, "Wait, you're part Namikaze?" And Karin's mother would squeal, and then she goes, "I'm also part Namikaze." Same with Karin. And they both, and Naruto would be wide-eyed, same with Hiruzen. Because he thought that they all were wiped out. But guys, I'll be in there here. If you do like, leave a like and comment. Peace.